The first time I called her my wife, it was supposed to be a joke. That's the part that still haunts me. It happened at 2 in the morning inside a crowded emergency room that smelled like coffee, antiseptic, and exhaustion. Rain hammered against the hospital windows while nurses rushed patients through automatic doors. And in the middle of all that chaos, Lily Carter sat beside me with blood on her sleeve. Not hers. Mine. "You need stitches," she snapped, pressing gauze harder against my forehead. "Ow, okay, definitely yours if you keep doing that." She rolled her eyes, but her hands were shaking. That scared me more than the blood. A nurse approached us holding a clipboard. Relationship to the patient? Before Lily could answer, I smirked weakly. She's my wife. I expected her to punch my arm. Instead, she froze. Completely froze. The nurse smiled politely and walked away while Lily stared down at the floor. A strand of dark hair fell across her face as silence stretched between us. Then she whispered something so quietly I almost missed it. I wish that were true. My heart stopped. Not metaphorically. Not dramatically. Actually stopped. Because Lily Carter had been my best friend for 7 years. 7 years of late-night calls. 7 years of inside jokes. 7 years of pretending I didn't notice how beautiful she looked whenever she laughed. And somehow, I had never once realized she loved me. Before I could say anything, the hospital entrance exploded open. A man stormed inside drenched in rain. Tall. Furious. Expensive suit. His eyes locked onto Lily instantly. "There you are." The color drained from her face. She stood up so fast the chair screeched against the tile floor. "Daniel?" The man looked at me, then at the blood on Lily's hands. And suddenly his expression turned dangerous. What the hell is going on? That was the moment I realized 2 things. First, Lily was terrified of him. And second, I had absolutely no idea who she really was. 3 hours earlier, my biggest problem had been spilled coffee. That's how normal the night started. I was locking up Murphy's bar after my shift when Lily burst through the front door soaked from the rain, breathing hard like she'd been running for miles. "Jake," she said urgently. "I need your help." Now, Lily never asked for help. Not when her car died. Not when she got fired from her marketing job. Not even when her apartment flooded last winter. So the panic in her voice instantly put me on edge. "What happened?" She glanced nervously through the window before answering. "Can we go somewhere?" 10 minutes later, we were driving through downtown Manhattan while thunder shook the skyline. She sat in the passenger seat clutching her phone with white knuckles. "You're scaring me," I admitted. "I know. That guy chasing you?" Her silence answered the question. I tightened my grip on the steering wheel. "Who is he?" "My fiancé." I almost slammed the brakes. "You're what?" Lily closed her eyes like she regretted saying it. "You were engaged this whole time?" "It's complicated." "No, complicated is pineapple on pizza. Secret fiancé is insane." Normally she would have laughed. This time she didn't. She just stared out the rain-covered window and whispered, "He wasn't supposed to come back." Something about the way she said it made my stomach twist. Then headlights suddenly appeared behind us. Fast. Too fast. A black SUV swerved through traffic, practically glued to my bumper. Lily's breathing turned uneven. "That's him." "You sure?" "Yes." The SUV accelerated. So did I. Rain blurred across the windshield while horns screamed around us. The city became a smear of lights and danger. "Jake, slow down. He's trying to run us off the road." "I know." A sharp crack echoed beside us. My side mirror exploded. Lily screamed. That's when fear became real. Not romantic comedy fake danger. Real danger. The SUV rammed us again. I lost control. Tires screeched. Metal twisted. And the last thing I remembered before smashing into a guardrail was Lily grabbing my hand. Back in the hospital, Daniel looked like the kind of man who had never been told no in his entire life. Perfect haircut. Tailored charcoal suit. Cold gray eyes. The scary part wasn't his anger. It was how controlled he was trying to keep it. "Lily," he said carefully, "talk to me." She avoided his eyes. "You shouldn't be here. You disappeared. I needed space. You vanished for 3 months. 3 months? I looked between them in confusion. Lily had told me she moved to New York last year for work. Had everything been a lie? Daniel finally noticed me staring. And you are? Jake. He looked disgusted immediately. Boyfriend? Before I could answer, Lily said quickly, he's just my friend. Just my friend. That one hurt more than it should have. Daniel nodded slowly, though his eyes stayed suspicious. Then he noticed Lily still holding my hand. She let go instantly. I've been worried sick, he continued softly. Do you know what your father's been doing to find you? Lily stiffened. I don't care. That caught my attention. Her father? Rich fiancé? Missing for 3 months? Who exactly was this woman? Daniel sighed like he was exhausted. Your father's company is collapsing. Investors are panicking. The wedding cancellation rumors are everywhere. Wedding. The word hit me harder than the car crash. Lily had been engaged. To this guy. While eating takeout with me every Friday night. While watching old movies on my couch. While falling asleep on my shoulder during subway rides. I suddenly felt stupid. Daniel crouched in front of her. Come home. Her eyes filled with tears instantly. No. Lily. You don't understand. Then help me understand. Silence. Heavy silence. Finally she whispered, if I go back, I'll disappear again. Daniel looked genuinely confused. What does that even mean? Before she could answer, her phone buzzed. She checked the screen. And all color vanished from her face. Lily? I asked carefully. She turned the phone toward me. One text message. From Dad. You embarrass this family again, and your friend dies next. A cold chill crawled down my spine. Daniel grabbed the phone immediately. What the hell? Lily stood up trembling. We have to leave. Leave where? I asked. Anywhere he can't find us. Then she looked directly at me. And for the first time that night, I realized she wasn't asking. She was begging. We left the hospital through the back exit 30 minutes later. Daniel insisted on coming. I insisted that was a terrible idea. He threatened Jake, Lily argued. That changes everything. Daniel unlocked a sleek black Mercedes parked near the alley. Your father won't hurt anyone. Lily laughed bitterly. You still believe that? The rain had finally stopped, but the city air felt heavy and electric. I slid into the back seat while Lily sat beside Daniel in front. Watching them together felt strangely painful. Like seeing someone else live the life you secretly wanted. Daniel drove toward downtown while tension filled the car. Finally, I asked the question that had been burning inside me. Who are you really? Lily looked at the window. Daniel answered instead. She's Lily Bennett. I frowned. Okay, as in Bennett Industries. My stomach dropped. Everyone knew Bennett Industries. Billion-dollar tech empire. News headlines. Private jets. Political connections. You're rich? Lily groaned softly. Please don't say it like that. You let me believe you were broke. I wanted one normal friendship. Daniel glanced at her. You disappeared because you wanted to play poor? That's not fair. Then explain it. She finally turned around to face me. My father controls everything. My career. My apartment. My relationships. Her voice cracked. Even my engagement. I looked at Daniel. He looked away. Oh, you didn't want to marry him. Daniel's jaw tightened painfully. No, Lily whispered. Silence swallowed the car. Then Daniel surprised me. She told me the night before the engagement party. Lily looked shocked. You never said that. I didn't think humiliating myself would help. For the first time, I saw something human beneath his polished exterior. He actually loved her. That complicated everything. Suddenly headlights appeared behind us again. Black SUV. Same one. Daniel cursed under his breath. They found us. The SUV accelerated violently. Daniel slammed the gas pedal. Traffic lights blurred past while Manhattan turned into a high-speed nightmare again. Lily grabbed my hand over the seat. Her fingers were ice cold. Jake, it's okay. But honestly, I wasn't sure it was. The SUV pulled beside us. Tinted windows rolled down. A gun appeared. And Lily screamed my name. Daniel swerved hard just as the gunshot shattered the rear windshield. Glass exploded across my lap. Everybody down, he yelled. Lily ducked between the seats while chaos erupted around us. Cars honked. Tires screeched. The SUV kept pace beside us like a predator. Then suddenly, police sirens. The SUV sped away instantly, vanishing into traffic. Daniel slowed the car with shaky hands. Nobody spoke for several seconds. Then Lily started crying. Not graceful movie tears. Real ones. The kind people try desperately to hide. "I'm sorry," she whispered repeatedly. "I'm so sorry." Without thinking, I pulled her into my arms from the back seat. She buried her face against my chest instantly. And something inside me broke. Because no matter how insane tonight had become, no matter how many secrets she kept, I loved her. I had probably loved her for years. Daniel watched us quietly through the mirror. His expression said he understood exactly what was happening. That made me feel guilty. After a while, he parked beneath an old bridge near the river. "It's safe here temporarily," he said. Lily finally pulled away from me, wiping tears from her cheeks. "I never wanted you involved." I gave a tired laugh. Little late for that. She smiled weakly for the first time all night. God. Even exhausted and terrified, she was beautiful. Daniel stepped outside to make phone calls, leaving us alone in the car. The silence turned intimate. Dangerously intimate. "I meant what I said earlier," Lily whispered suddenly. My heartbeat stumbled. "At the hospital." I swallowed hard. "About wishing it were true?" She nodded slowly. Rainwater dripped from her hair while city lights reflected in her eyes. "I think I've loved you since the day we met." Every thought disappeared from my brain. "You, what?" She laughed nervously through tears. "You were the first person who ever treated me like a normal girl. Not a business deal. Not a headline." Her voice shook. "Just Lily." I stared at her speechless. Then quietly admitted the truth. I didn't joke because it was random. Her breath caught. I said "my wife" because some part of me already wanted it. For one suspended moment, the entire world disappeared. No danger. No billionaire father. No fiancé. Just us. Then Daniel suddenly opened the car door. And his face was pale. "We have a problem." Lily instantly tensed. "What happened?" Daniel looked directly at me. "Your apartment exploded." The drive to my apartment building felt unreal. Police lights flashed across wet streets while crowds gathered behind barricades. My building was on fire. Or what was left of it. Smoke poured from shattered windows while firefighters sprayed water into the wreckage. I stepped out of the car numb. "That's impossible." Daniel grabbed my arm before I moved closer. "Careful." Lily looked horrified. "Jake." My knees almost gave out. Everything I owned was gone. Photos. Clothes. Memories. My entire life. And suddenly I understood the message. Your friend dies next. This wasn't intimidation anymore. Her father meant it. A detective approached us. "You live here?" I nodded slowly. "Gas explosion," he said automatically, though his eyes suggested otherwise. Daniel quietly pulled the detective aside and slipped him a business card. The detective's entire attitude changed instantly. That told me all I needed to know about the Bennett family. Powerful people rewrote reality. Lily stood beside me trembling. "This is my fault." "No." "Yes it is. You didn't do this. My father did." The way she said it sounded like confession and grief mixed together. Then she revealed the truth. "When I disappeared 3 months ago, I stole something from him." Daniel's eyes widened. "What?" "A file." "What file?" She hesitated. Then whispered, "Evidence." The air suddenly felt colder. "Evidence of what?" I asked. Lily looked terrified. "Bribery. Blackmail. Money laundering. Politicians. Judges." Her voice cracked. "People have died because of my father." Daniel stared at her in disbelief. "You're serious?" He found out I copied everything. I finally understood why she ran. Why she hid. Why she looked over her shoulder constantly. "You were trying to expose him?" Tears filled her eyes. "I was trying to stop him." A long silence followed. Then Daniel asked quietly, "Where's the file now?" Lily looked at me. And my stomach dropped. "What?" "I hid it in your apartment." Every emotion hit me at once. Shock. Fear. Anger. "You used me?" "No. You hid evidence against a billionaire criminal in my home?" I didn't know where else to go. Before I could answer, another black SUV rolled slowly around the corner. This time there were 3 of them. Daniel's expression hardened instantly. We need to run. Right now. We barely made it into the subway tunnels before the gunman arrived. Footsteps echoed behind us while trains roared through underground darkness. Move! Daniel shouted. Lily clutched my hand as we sprinted through crowded platforms. People screamed when the first gunshot rang out. Pure panic exploded instantly. Daniel shoved us behind a concrete pillar just as bullets slammed into the wall nearby. I looked at him in shock. You know how to handle this awfully well. Rich people get security training. Of course they do. Even in terror, Lily laughed weakly. Then another gunshot echoed. Too close. Daniel suddenly stumbled. Lily screamed. There was blood on his side. I'm okay, he grunted, though he clearly wasn't. The gunman advanced through the station. 3 men. Black jackets. Professional. Not random thugs. One of them shouted, "Give us the drive." Drive? Lily's eyes widened. They think you still have it. Daniel grimaced in pain. Do you? Slowly, she reached into her jacket pocket and pulled out a tiny flash drive. I stared at her. You had it this whole time? I couldn't leave it anywhere. The gunman spotted us again. Daniel pushed Lily toward me. Take her and run. What about you? I'll hold them off. Lily instantly shook her head. No. Daniel grabbed her shoulders firmly. Listen to me. His voice softened painfully. I know you never loved me. Her eyes filled with tears. But I loved you enough to let you go. Even I felt that one. Daniel looked at me next. If you care about her, get her out alive. Then he turned before either of us could answer and stepped directly into the open. Gunfire erupted. I pulled Lily down another tunnel while tears streamed down her face. Daniel. But he never looked back. We reached an abandoned maintenance corridor and collapsed against the wall, breathing hard. Lily broke completely. Sobbing. Shaking. Destroyed. I held her while subway lights flickered overhead. Then quietly asked the question that mattered most. If we survive this, what happens next? She looked up at me with shattered eyes. That depends. On what? Whether we tell the truth, or become the kind of people her father already believes we are. By sunrise, we were standing on the rooftop of Bennett Industries, 48 floors above Manhattan. Wind whipped through Lily's hair while helicopters circled nearby. Everything had led here. Her father stood across from us beside private security guards, calm as ever. Richard Bennett looked nothing like a monster. That was the terrifying part. Expensive coat. Silver hair. Gentle smile. Pure evil wrapped in elegance. Lily, he said softly, come home. She held the flash drive tightly. You tried to kill Jake. You forced my hand. You murdered people. His expression barely changed. You're emotional. I stepped closer protectively. Bad idea. Security instantly aimed guns at me. Richard sighed impatiently. You see? This is why people like him complicate things. People like him. I suddenly understood exactly how little he thought of ordinary people. Lily's voice shook with rage. You destroyed everything. No, Richard replied calmly. I built everything. Helicopter blades thundered overhead. News helicopters. Police helicopters. Daniel had done something before we escaped. He called the media. Lily realized it too. Tears filled her eyes. He bought us time. Richard noticed the helicopters and finally looked annoyed. Give me the drive. Slowly, Lily turned toward me. Then she whispered, I'm sorry. Before I could react, she handed the flash drive to her father. My heart dropped. Richard smiled victoriously. But Lily smiled too. That confused him. Then police flooded onto the rooftop from the stairwell. FBI agents. State police. Federal investigators. Richard's smile vanished instantly. An agent stepped forward. Richard Bennett, you are under arrest. Richard stared at Lily in disbelief. You betrayed me. She shook her head slowly. No. I copied the drive. Richard lunged toward her in fury. And I stepped between them. Security tackled him before he could touch either of us. As agents dragged him away, he looked at Lily like she'd destroyed his entire world. Maybe she had. The rooftop fell silent except for helicopter blades and wind. Then Lily turned toward me, terrified, hopeful, and whispered, "After everything, do you still want me?" 6 months later, New York finally felt quiet again. Richard Bennett sat in federal prison awaiting trial. Half the city still talked about the scandal daily. Daniel survived the shooting. Barely. Turns out he was annoyingly hard to kill. He even sent me a sarcastic text that morning. "Don't screw this up, bartender." I stood outside a small rooftop restaurant overlooking Manhattan with my heart pounding harder than it had during gunfights. Because tonight terrified me more. Lily arrived wearing a simple black dress that stole every remaining thought from my brain. No designer entourage. No billionaire image. Just her. She smiled nervously as she sat across from me. "You're staring. You're distracting." She laughed softly. God, I missed that sound. For a while we just talked. Normally. Peacefully. Like two people finally allowed to exist without fear. Then she became quiet. "There's something I need to tell you." My stomach immediately tightened. "What?" She took a breath. "The night at the hospital." "Yeah? When you called me your wife." I smiled. Technically still my greatest joke. Her eyes shimmered. It wasn't the first time I imagined hearing it. Emotion hit me so hard I couldn't speak. Lily reached into her purse slowly and pulled out a tiny velvet box. My brain stopped functioning. "You're kidding. I spent years waiting for you to notice me," she whispered with tears in her eyes. "I'm done waiting." Then this absolutely insane woman got down on one knee beside the table while the entire restaurant gasped. "Jake Morrison," she said shakily, "will you marry me?" I started laughing. Not because it was funny. Because life suddenly felt too overwhelming to survive quietly. People around us clapped. Someone cried. Even the waiter looked emotional. I pulled her up and kissed her before she could panic. "Yes," I whispered against her lips. "Obviously yes." She laughed through tears. Then I leaned close to her ear and murmured the words that started everything. "My wife." This time, she didn't whisper. She smiled. And answered. "Finally."